Welcome in everyone. Oh no, I'm a minute late. I should be fired. Welcome. I really hope that you guys enjoyed last stream. I don't know if everyone was here for that one. But last stream I wasn't actually here on Tuesday. I was here on Wednesday because I did a bit of a different kind of stream where we watched over all of the Disneyland Speedrun video, and I basically just commentated over it the whole time and was like, this is why I went on this ride, and this is why. And that's, if you didn't catch that stream, you can still catch the VOD if you want to, but that video or that stream is going to be turned into a main video on the channel within hopefully the next month. I just started editing it, so but yeah. So be on the lookout for that when that comes out. But welcome back to the Trev Production Live. This, of course, is the stream that we do every Tuesday from 7 to 8 p.m. and Pacific time. And yeah, I think usually we do like, 30 minutes of news and then 15 minutes of like Disney quizzes, 15 minutes of Disneyland GeoGuessr. But for the Disney quizzes section, I want to switch it up a little bit. And I want to do a tier list section just because the quizzes are starting to get a little bit stale. I can kind of feel it. So we're going to do a tier list thing with it. But for this week in the news, where's the right button? For this week in the news, first off, this is not really news related. This is just talking about news with this channel related. Next week's stream, like I said, every Tuesday this happens. Next week's stream, we actually can't do it on Tuesday. We have to do it on Monday instead because I'm going to be busy on Tuesday. So it'll be same time as always. It'll be 7 p.m. It's just going to be on Monday, April 8th instead of Tuesday, April 9th. And this is because on Wednesday, I'm going to actually be at Disneyland, which is like kind of crazy to think about. Like that's a week and that's 8 days from now. I'm going to be at Disneyland and Tuesday I'm going to be driving that day. So yeah, I won't be able to make it to the stream, but that's okay because, hey, if some crazy off chance, if you see me at Disneyland, come and say hi to me. And this is what this is what I look like. I might be wearing Lightning McQueen Crocs just because like I can't find any other excuse to wear them. So yeah, that's what's going on. More importantly though, before we even get to next stream, something really big is going to happen on this channel, and that is the thing that I have not been able to shut up about ever since like we even started these streams, because like, wow, when we started doing this live stream weekly, it was like a few weeks after I had filmed this video. Yeah, and now it's finally done. And it's coming out on Friday. This Friday, what is that, like 3 days from now? It's coming out. And if you want a time frame of when it's going to come out, this is going to sound weird, but it's going to come out at 5 a.m. I've been told that that's a good time to post on YouTube, so I'm just going to test it out. We're going to see. But yeah, 5 a.m. April 5th, this Friday. This is 5 months in the making. I've been planning this. I planned for like a solid 2 months of just me like planning, and then after that it was just so much like, went and filmed it. It was stressful like leading up to the filming, but then we went and filmed it. It was amazing. It went great. And then wait. Oh, sorry. For like a hot second I thought that my mic was muted this whole time, but no, we're good. That scared me because I have on what's this called, OBS. It's like the mic and the music thing just look similar. Okay, whatever. Anyways, what was I saying? The I lost my train of thought completely. This has been in the works for a long time, and it took a little bit longer to edit, not because like the main video itself took longer to edit, but just because well, I was doing a lot more stuff in the time of me editing. Like when I did the Disneyland video, I just had that to focus on because it like had just turned to summer. But I was doing this on top of doing schoolwork and on top of working in general. But yeah, it's been a lot. But also I like planned out the release of TikToks a little bit differently this time. I finished editing this video like a month ago. It's kind of weird. But I've been, editing. I have like so many TikToks ready to deploy. I made a tweet yesterday where I was like, guys, I'm gonna be the most annoying person ever this week, because like I'm finally gonna release this video and I have like so many TikToks lined up to release to like promote the video. So just expect that coming. It's going to be a lot. But for a quick refresher, this is the trailer for the California Adventures.
This is California Adventure.
Just going to hang on. This is on, right? Okay, yeah. Just gonna show this one more time before the video comes out.
Sure. At the Disneyland Resort. And today I'm gonna attempt to ride every single ride at this park in less than 5 hours. It's 7:30 in the morning and we're going on this. There's no one in line. I think we could do this in less than 4 hours.
We have come to a temporary stop.
What?
Okay, I don't know what happened with the quality, but it looks like, all right, looks like 480p is the best that it was gonna give us. That's okay. You could see the full good quality video on my channel. This video was filmed in 4K. So that's
This is California.
Whoopsies. Why does it always do that whenever all right. I'm gonna also post another trailer for this video on Thursday, the day before this video comes out, and it's just a clip of something that happened in the video, something I've been sitting on for so long because it was so crazy when it happened, and I just knew when it happened, like, this is going to be a big moment. And yeah, I'm excited for when that comes out. But yeah, April 5th, I'm thinking like 5 a.m. Pacific. So just anytime when you wake up April 5th, it'll probably be out. Anyways, we're going to move on from that. And
This is California.
why does it always do that whenever I try to, all right, whatever. So there was some news that happened this week, but it wasn't enough that I really felt like I could make a whole segment out of a lot of stuff. And also, I'll admit, it was spring break for me, so I was like, I was jumping around I wasn't just here, I was jumping around, so I was kind of busy. So I decided, how about instead we do, this is sort of news because it does kind of link to something that a little bit newsworthy that is worth talking about. But it's kind of just me going on another one of my tangents as I do about something with Disney. And that is Genie Plus and Genie. The title of this stream is Genie Plus Worth It? And we're going to talk about Genie Plus a little bit because it's pretty interesting. Disney Genie and Disney Genie Plus are two separate entities. I know it's weird. It's like, what the heck is Genie? What the heck is Genie Plus? I'm going to define that right now. Disney Genie is free. Anyone can use it. It's on the Disneyland app. It's 100% free. Basically, all it is a an itinerary that it will give. Like, basically, it'll recommend you what you should do for your day. So you'll go on Disney Genie and you'll say, okay, this is what I want my day to be like. I want to go on this ride. Like, I want to go on Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, I don't know, Matterhorn. You pick a selection of rides that you want to go on, and then it'll give you an itinerary of like, this is how you're going to go about your day. So it'll say like maybe like 8 a.m. you're going to go on this ride, 9 a.m. you'll go on this ride. You know, it's basically trying to figure out a strategy for you. And it's aimed towards people who don't really know how to do stuff at Disneyland and want to, just try to work their way around like getting things done, but don't want to pay a bunch of money to like, for one of those tour guides or whatever. So it on paper, it sounds like a really great concept. It sounds amazing. That is, if it were good. It's not good. It's really bad. It's a really awful. It gives you the absolute worst recommendations that you could possibly think of. This guy on Twitter, it's at Ty_Nugget. He did a thread. This was a long time ago. This is in 2021, but it's stuck in my memory for so long because it was just so funny. He did a Twitter thread where he basically just went with everything that Disney Genie told him to do for the entire day. So he was like, I'm going to select a few things, and then for the whole day, I'm just going to do whatever the app tells me to. And it would give him the absolute worst recommendations every single time. And it would also just completely ignore the things that he said he like specifically wanted to do. Like, I want to go on Mr. Toad. He didn't end up going on Mr. Toad until like afternoon, even though he could have, rope dropped it. Instead, it was like, oh no, let's go on Pinocchio. Why? Because it's an ideal time to go. It's a really bad system, basically. And it's weird because it's like, why would it be a bad, like, what's the purpose of making this system so awful if it's trying to help people out? And this is where this is where I'm personally speaking on why I think it's bad. I think it has everything to do with crowd control and just the utilization of guest data. You may notice that Disney is like one of the only theme parks that still makes you reserve to go there. You know, every place after, like, immediately after the pandemic, every theme park was like, all right, we got to put this we got to make some sort of reservation system so that we don't overcrowd our park, you know, as we're getting over COVID. But now that, you know, COVID's not really a problem anymore, it's like, wait, why is Disney still continuing to, like, use their reservation system? Because they're clearly not using it because they're trying to, like, control how many people are coming into the park, because they don't really need to do that anymore. The real reason that many people believe they're doing this is because it's a really good way of collecting guest data. It's a really good way of basically, you know, everything's linked to your app now. A lot of things changed after COVID. And this was one of the biggest things, is that, like, you now have to make reservations, and everything's really just kind of like linked to your app. It can figure out, like, what you're mobile ordering during the day. It can figure out, like, you know, certain things like that. And quite honestly, the reason that they still have their reservation system also has to do with magic keys, which is a whole different conversation, and I'd love to talk about that sometime. But it's overall, when it comes to Disney Genie, they are I think they're using Disney Genie, and this is just my opinion, I think they're using Disney Genie as a way to basically, because the only people who are really going to use Disney Genie are the people who don't really know how to do much at Disneyland. So they're going to try to lead those guests to areas where there probably aren't as many people. So, like, they'll have you rope drop Pinocchio, because no one's going to rope drop Pinocchio, so that the crowds kind of get evenly dispersed everywhere. But what that all really leads you to is just it leads people astray into thinking, like, oh, we're actually doing something good, when really you're not really doing something great. They're just trying to spread people out for their own purposes and their own reasons. It's not there to help you, it's there to hurt you, which is really sad, because, you know, we're talking about guests who just, that maybe they don't know a lot about Disney, but they just want to go to Disney just to have a fun day. And this kind of gets in their way. They think it's going to help them, but it really doesn't. And it's important noting that basically every single chance that it has, Disney Genie will recommend that you buy Genie Plus. It'll basically say, hey, this ride, wait, it's so big. It's like 60 minutes right now. There's no way you're going to get on this ride. So you should just buy Genie Plus. There's no other way around this. And Genie Plus is the way you get lightning lanes, is the way that you basically, you know, skip the line of certain rides as much as you can. But we're going to talk about lightning lanes obviously being fast passes now. It's so weird now that, like, I really thought that calling them lightning lanes was going to be such a difficult thing to get used to, but I feel like I've gotten too used to it now. But anyways, that's besides the point. I feel like the best way to really figure out, like, what the difference, or why people think Genie Plus is so bad now, is to compare it to what was the system before, pre-pandemic, 2017 to 2020. There was Max Pass. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna compare, because it's basically the same. It's a very similar system. They operate on, like, the same technology basically. You just have one that's, you know, post-pandemic, one that's pre-pandemic. I put down the 2-hour rule, which I have to kind of explain what that exactly is. Basically, when you book lightning lanes, you either have to use up that lightning lane before you can book another one, or you have to wait 2 hours since you booked the lightning lane to book another one. So the rule was you have to wait 2 hours with Genie Plus, or it is you have to wait 2 hours. But with Max Pass, this rule was like 30 minutes. You could literally wait just 30 minutes and you can book another one. Which, thinking about that now, I'm like, that's crazy. You could easily get every single lightning lane or every single fast pass now under that system. It's incredibly overpowered. And honestly, that's the biggest thing that I hate about Genie Plus. I wish they would just make the 2-hour rule just a 1-hour rule. I would take a 1-hour rule. That would be fine. But another big thing that really sucks about Genie Plus is that you can only get one fast pass per ride per day. So if you want to go on Space Mountain like 5 times, you like love Space Mountain, you have to go on Space Mountain 4 times in standby and once with Lightning Lane, because you can only book a Lightning Lane for each ride once. Whereas with Max Pass, you could do unlimited fast passes per ride per day, which was really awesome. I have a memory of using like the first time I used Max Pass, I went on Incredicoaster like a bunch of times in a row and waited like nothing for all of them because it was it was unlimited fast pass. It was amazing, and I I get why they would change this. It's just one of those things that's like they're clearly making it worse. But another thing, and this is kind of a really big thing, especially for people who maybe don't have or who don't know a lot about how these systems work. Maybe they're just learning about these systems right when they're getting into the park. With Genie Plus, you have to. There are certain rides that you have to pay individual Lightning Lane on, which is separate from Genie Plus. It's individual Lightning Lane, and those currently are Star Wars: Rise of the Resistance and Radiator Springs Racers. I'm assuming Tiana's Bayou Adventure, once that opens, will be individual Lightning Lane. But currently with Max Pass, there are no individual, or not currently with Max Pass, but when Max Pass was a thing, there was no individual paid fast passes. You get Max Pass and you have everything. Like there's no like, oh wait, this wasn't included in my like Amazon Prime subscription, so I have to buy this. Like and that's what I remember first comparing it to when Genie Plus came out, is that it felt like an Amazon Prime subscription thing where it's like you pay for Amazon Prime Video, but then there's like those movies that are like, oh, if you want to pay for this movie, you have to pay like $10. And it's like, bro, I just paid for the freaking subscription. Why do I have to pay more for other movies? That's kind of what this feels like. Especially for something like the Cars ride. Like, that's like the most popular ride. That is, I would say, the most popular ride in all of Disneyland. Why is it... Why is it like one that is, I mean, of course it's going to be one that's under individual Lightning Lane, but like to the average guest that doesn't know that and they just see, oh, this is how you get the fast passes with Genie Plus, they're just going to pay for Genie Plus, and then they're going to be really upset when they find out that they can't use Genie Plus on the ride that they wanted to go on. So it's, it's really upsetting. Another thing that's really upsetting is the price point. It's $30 currently. They keep raising it, but it's $30 currently with Genie Plus. Max Pass was as cheap as $10. I remember it was like the first time I used Max Pass. It was only $10, and I was like, "Wow, this is so worth it!" Like, it's just so worth it because it's just so awesome. And with Genie Plus, this is, post-pandemic, we're talking about a whole different era of Disneyland. And I keep saying specifically Disneyland. This also goes hand in hand with Disney World. They operate on the same system. It's just I've never been to Disney World, so I just keep referencing Disneyland. But there's no alternative to getting fast passes with Genie Plus. It's the only way you can get them is if you buy Genie Plus and you use their method of doing it on the phone. But with Max Pass... you could still get paper fast passes if you wanted to, and you didn't even have to pay for them. So the $10 that you were paying for was really just the ability to book them on your phone, which is super convenient, I'll tell you. Very convenient. But it's like it basically, that was like the big thing when Genie Plus came out, was that like, okay, fast passes are no longer free. Something that's been free for so long is no longer free. You have to pay for it now. And looking at all this, it's like, okay, clearly one of them is just better than the other. Like, objectively, in every aspect, this is just better than this one. So it's very understandable that people would be upset at Genie Plus and at Max Pass. So the question comes, okay, is Genie Plus really worth it then? Like, why would I want to pay for that? Like, what's going on? And unfortunately, the answer is, as it currently stands, Genie Plus, and this is just my opinion, of course, but Genie Plus is always going to be worth it as long as the system exists. And what that means is basically whether or not you buy Genie Plus, the Lightning Lane line, what you're paying for basically with Genie Plus, is always going to be prioritized. Which means that standby lines are going to be longer. No matter if you buy it or not, that's going to just always happen because the system exists. So what that does is it brings rides that maybe you have a line where if there was no Lightning Lane at all, the line would usually just be a standard, like, I don't know, 30 minutes. But now because they have to prioritize a certain line ahead of that, the standby wait, the wait that you don't have to pay to get in, is now like an hour and a half. And that's just something that you have to live with. And Disney can basically look at that and say, hey, you don't want to wait an hour and a half, do you? You want to buy Genie Plus so that you can skip that line, right? So the system is basically, it creates this sense of like, oh my gosh, there's this crazy demand for this ride and everyone needs to go to it, so that they generate more revenue, because they make money off of these line skipping techniques. But in the end, it's like, okay, but if there was no Genie Plus, would it really be a long wait if it really was genuinely first come, first serve, and there wasn't like some line that people get to skip? The thing is, like, the longer that the standby wait is, the more Genie Plus purchases there are, because, you pull out the Disneyland app, every line is like 2 hours long. You're like, I don't want to wait in any of these. I'm just going to buy Genie Plus, whatever. It's $30, but I'll just pay for it because I don't want to be waiting all day. And that's what Disney wants. They exactly want, the system works when the lines are all like 3 hours long because it gives a very big reason to purchase Genie Plus, which is, at the end of the day, what every company wants is to, generate the most revenue. Like I said, if there was no Fast Pass, standby waits would be shorter. And if it would, this whole money generating system that Disney has made would kind of cease to exist. 2022, even though they were supposedly they were like limiting capacity during 2022 because it was still kind of, at the end of the COVID era. 2022 was like the highest, you had the highest average waits at Disneyland ever. And I feel like that's entirely because of Genie Plus. So I don't know. That's just what I take away from that. And we can see that this is entirely what is happening because there have been rides recently that have that have, come to Genie Plus. As recent as like a few months ago, we had the Little Mermaid and Pirates of the Caribbean. They've recently got a lightning lane line, whereas before they were you just walk on. There's no standby, or it's just a standby wait. And the reason that I feel like they added, because anyone who's been on Little Mermaid or even Pirates of the Caribbean knows that, like, why would you need a lightning lane line for these rides? Like Little Mermaid, that's never been over like 10 minutes long, like ever. What is the purpose of doing that? Same with Pirates. Like, sure, maybe Pirates can get a little bit long, but it's a line that's always moving. Both of these rides are lines that are always moving because the way that the ride loads on is like super continuous, super quick. You just hop in the ride and it takes you off. It's not like you have to wait for a rotation or something. It's super quick. And the reason they do that is because, every so often Disney likes to do a thing where they raise the prices of Genie Plus, and they want to give people a reason of like, hey, look, here's more rides that are gonna have longer waits that you need to get on. And it may seem weird because it's like, wait, but these rides don't usually have long waits. But the thing is that, like I just said, with every other ride, Genie Plus, adding Genie Plus to a ride creates this idea of like fake demand where the standby wait skyrockets, and those who don't buy it are the ones who suffer because they're the ones who have to wait in those standby waits. And the ones who get Genie Plus, they just get to go on the ride. But it ultimately just it hurts everyone, except Disney, who gets to profit off of this. Because, you have people who wait not that long and they have to pay more, or you have people who wait a long time because they didn't pay more. So it's frustrating. And it's also frustrating because Disney says that they do this because it's like, helping the guest experience or whatever. But it's quite clear that that's not what's happening. There's, both of these rides, like I said, you aren't usually waiting a long time for them. We have this is a tweet from Fresh Baked from like a couple months ago, where he reported that the wait time of Little Mermaid was 45 minutes long, which I think is just insane. Like I would never. I would see that and I would just turn the other way. I'd be like, nope, not worth it. And then we have another tweet where we have someone talking about how the posted wait for Pirates was 25 minutes, and then the actual wait that they ended up waiting was like 60 minutes long, which tells you everything you need to know about the state of Genie Plus and the guest experience at Disneyland. Because like it's not. I can't see how this is making anything any better. Because another thing that's worth mentioning is that these two rides, the position that they're in, there's a lot of especially Pirates, there's a lot of what's the word, opportunity for like guest overflow, for like too many guests being in one area, the line extending way out and like blocking, you know, important paths that people take to like walk around the park. And you know, putting a lightning lane line in there just makes the line longer and makes things worse. In fact, it was so bad at the Little Mermaid that they had to completely reroute where the line was going, to the back end of this is the entrance of the Little Mermaid that you're supposed to go through, and they've had to reroute it to the back end. And that's also just because they physically didn't have a lightning lane line for it, so they had to like kind of create a mock-up lightning lane line. But it's like you enter through the back end instead of this beautiful front entrance that they built for it. It's just, it's so silly. And it's quite clear that like they're not doing this for the guest experience. They're doing this because they're trying to get Genie Plus, they're trying to give Genie Plus more value. Which leads us to, okay, well, what's the solution to this whole problem? What do we do? And you know, if I were in charge of Disney, what would I do? And quite honestly, I don't know, because I don't think I would want to be the one to pick the solution, because they all are kind of extreme, or at least the ones that I thought of are kind of extreme, and they're kind of not something that people want to hear. But the first solution, the first possible solution that would at least fix this problem that I've described, is that Disney could just raise the prices of Genie Plus like super high. That's a possibility. I know that sounds crazy, and it sounds like that really sucks, but think about it like this. Universal and Six Flags Magic Mountain, and I think even Knott's Berry Farm, all have like their own version of a line skip system. And they're I think, what is it called, the Express Pass at Universal? It's like, it's somewhere in like the $100 to $200 range per day. So it's definitely a more expensive, it's marketed as a more expensive thing that not many people are getting. And I think if Disney did something like that, if they made the prices of Genie Plus super high and they stopped marketing it as something that like everyone needs, then it would probably neutralize the standby waits, and because less people would be using Genie Plus, because, you know, less people are going to be spending that much money for it. And so then you would have people in the standby waiting overall less time, and then people in the lightning lane line just, you know, flying by because they paid for that. And it would make things, it would solve the problem essentially. And also, you know, don't give lightning lane to rides that don't need lightning lane. Cough cough, Little Mermaid, that doesn't need lightning lane. I'm sorry, that was like the craziest thing when I saw that. I was like laughing so hard. I was like, dude, no. In what universe is someone like, man, I need to use lightning lane on the Little Mermaid? Like, it's so silly. And then I put this, like, the whole when everyone's super, no one is syndrome from Incredibles line, because it's like, it's this idea where they're trying to make it seem like, oh, like, you can't get on the ride, so you need to just buy Genie Plus. But at the end of the day, when everyone buys Genie Plus, then it just turns into another standby line that becomes super long. So, you know, it's like, is this really the right way to go about? Another solution, though, is that we bring back paper fast passes. And I put a question mark here because I don't know if this is entirely, if this would entirely be like the full solution. But I at least wonder if there was something that kind of helped distribute guests around the park with having to actually physically go up to the ticketing area and get a fast pass instead of just being across on the other side of the park and just tapping on your phone and getting the fast pass. Like, does that really neutralize things as much as it should? I don't know. I know that this problem didn't exist at this extreme capacity as it did in, before COVID. So I wonder if maybe that's a possible solution. I know that people probably wouldn't want that at this point because, everyone's so used to just using their phones to get stuff. Like, even just like, look, like I remember a time going to Disneyland when you didn't even know what the wait time of a ride was until you walked up to it and you looked at the sign. And now you could just pull out your phone, back in my day, but like, it's just, I don't know. It's a possibility of a solution. The last solution is just to completely abolish the fast pass system entirely. And like I said, they kind of did this, or did I? They back when, like, right when they opened after COVID, for a few months, Disney and I think Disneyland and Disney World, I'm pretty sure Disney World also did this. They did not have any sort of fast pass system at all, because they were in the process of creating Genie Plus. But that's a possibility, is just completely get rid of the system, because I don't remember waiting like a crazy, when I did go to Disneyland during that time period, I didn't wait in any crazy lines. And like I said, theoretically, if you're just doing a one line, like first come first serve thing, then it's going to be faster than like having a line that you have to prioritize over that. But of course, Disney doesn't want to do any of this because it means less money for Disney. Because even if they did raise the prices super high, where they're currently at with Genie Plus is, at least this is what I think, and maybe they'll come and prove me wrong when they raise the prices more and people still buy it like crazy. But I feel like if we're talking about supply and demand, we're at that equilibrium where it's like, you have like, it's at that perfect price point where people are willing to, like, the most amount of people are willing to pay for it. And that's good for Disney because it means that this system of getting more people curious, who are curious into getting it, because it means that the standby waits are going to be super long, so that more people are going to be willing to buy it. But it also means that the standby waits are going to be super long, so people who don't buy it have to wait in those lines. This is Disney's current solution. This just came out this week. They're basically just pretending like there's no problem, and they're going along with this idea that we're gonna keep Genie Plus and we're gonna keep we're gonna like incorporate all these rides into Genie Plus. This is Scott Gustin reporting on construction walls that went up in front of the Little Mermaid, the ride that we were just talking about, because like I said, there is no Lightning Lane line for, like, there's no physical line for the Little Mermaid, but they're creating it. That's what the construction walls are up for, is that they're putting Lightning Lane infrastructure and modifying the entrance of the attraction. Which it's kind of a bittersweet scenario, because on one hand I'm happy because it means that people will get to enter through that entrance again, which is awesome because that's what that entrance was created for. It's not just supposed to be the exit of the ride. That's like really depressing. But it's also kind of sad because it means that Disney's really committed to keeping Genie Plus, and if they're like going to actually go in and build something, they're gonna keep Genie Plus for a while. There's no room for like changing, because I remember when Bob Iger took over, there was some talks of like maybe Genie Plus is gonna get abolished, possibly, who knows. But yeah, no, that's definitely not gonna happen because they're making too much money off of that. So yeah, that's where we're at with the Lightning Lane scenario. So again, to answer the question, is it worth getting Genie Plus? Yeah. Unfortunately, yes. I say it with a lot of pain in my heart because I know that that's exactly what Disney wants, and it's exactly the reason that the system is created. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend my whole day waiting in line. And if there's a system that'll get me on the line or get me on the ride quicker, then I'll take it, even if it means that you're still just feeding into that system over and over again. It's a really funny, you can make this, it's I don't know. It's just funny because it's like you're feeding into the system that you know is bad, but it's like, what else are you, like, you're given no other choice, kind of, because it's like you either do that or you spend your whole day waiting in line. And if you've already paid so much to get into the park, you're not going to spend your whole day waiting in line. So, okay. Anyways, I digress. Last but not least, I put this I'm gonna put this promo thing. I usually do it at the beginning of the stream. Or at the beginning of the news section. I'm gonna start doing it at the end just to see what's up. But if you enjoyed that conversation, this live stream is brought to you by the Magic Candle Company. If you click the first link that is in the description right now and use the code SPEEDRUN at checkout, you're gonna get 15% off your entire order. These candles literally smell like Disneyland. It's amazing. Maybe you don't want to go to Disneyland to smell it. That's okay. You can buy these candles and you can get them for 15% off. It's crazy. So you could do that. You can also, if you want to use Super Chat, I would love to read your amazing comments or anything. Anything is appreciated and really helps the content. The video I'm going to post in a few days, it was not a cheap one. It was an expensive one. I'll tell you that much. But with that, hold up, I forgot this part. With that, that's the end of the news section. It was, kind of a weird news section. I would say probably, just speaking super quickly on news, the Nelson Peltz vote is happening tomorrow. I'll be keeping my eye out for that, and we'll definitely be talking about the results of that next stream. So stay tuned for that. But anyways, you can follow me at TheTrevProduction on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and then at Trev_127 on Twitter. And with that, we are now going to head into the next section, which is usually a Disney. What do you call it? It's where's the right button? There it is. Usually I do like Disney quizzes, but I feel like I got kind of, I don't know, like it's a little bit, it's getting a little stale, and the quizzes are just kind of stupid. So maybe if I could find a different website, because I've just been doing it from Disney's official website. If I can find like maybe more fan-made stuff, then I could, I'll look into that for the next stream. But for this stream, I figured, hey, hold up, I'm thirsty. Back when I was doing, the Trev Views type videos where I was doing like movie reviews, I was, planning on reviewing a bunch of the Disney animated films, but I never really got to that. It was a very daunting project. So I figured, hey, why don't I do a tier list of all of them and just kind of, there's a lot of movies here. So we're going to go, and again, some of these I really have not seen in a very long time. So we're going to be just going off of like the first thing that comes to my mind. But I thought that, hey, maybe this would be kind of fun to just to do a really like random tier list of them. First off, I know that there's a handful of these movies that are just kind of there. They're a part of the wartime era of Disney, which is like when World War II was happening and like the movies were just kind of weird. So I'm not going to put them in F tier. I'm going to put them in, I don't think I've seen them tier. So where is that? Ad row below. Yeah, we're just going to put that in there. Hold up. I'm going to call it the bro what tier. And this is, again, Walt Disney Animation Studio, so there's probably going to be a lot of movies that you don't see on here, and that's because they're not Walt Disney Animation Studios. So no Pixar on here. But anyways, I don't know if we should start from the beginning or if we should like just randomly pick from here. We got Snow White. I mean, this one's a classic. I feel like it'd be weird to put this one like super low. I guess it's fine. From what I remember, it's a cool movie. Pinocchio, I would say Pinocchio is actually pretty freaking good. It's like a pretty scary movie. I don't know, it's not S tier, but it's like A tier, I'd say. Fantasia, okay. I would... Yeah, Fantasia's a weird one because it's not one that I'd really want to rewatch, but I like totally get the appeal of it. So I'll put it in C tier. It's kind of like Snow White. It's like a respectable movie. Okay, we got Dumbo. That one is pretty cool. I'm like trying to remember. It's, Dumbo flying with ears. We'll go with, I don't know. I feel like it's better than Snow White, so we'll put it there. Again, a lot of these I'm really just kind of, Bambi. Bambi's sad. Bambi's like too sad. We're going to put it there. It's like depressing. Here, let me jump to a different one because I'm getting bored of these old movies. Oh, here, Fantasia 2000, because that's like kind of Fantasia related. I'm gonna put it in D tier because I think I remember thinking that like it just it didn't really hit right. I was just like, why would anyone want to watch this one if they could just watch the original? This movie sucked. I did not like this movie. Dinosaur. Oh, here, hold up. We could do like some of these because I know exactly where I want these ones to go. Strange World, yeah, that one was bad. In fact, I'd probably put it. It's not the worst Disney movie, but it's like pretty bad. Wish was like a little bit better than Strange World, but like the issue with Wish, and I know there's a lot of people who want me to make a video on that movie. I probably won't, but you could see my review on Letterboxd that I did when it came out. Wish was a movie where I really was like, they had, I think the concept is there. I think they have a lot going on with it. They just didn't do anything with they pooped out like the absolute worst script that they could have with the concept that was there. You know, they like it felt way too rushed. The songs were like not, they weren't bad, they were just really forgettable. I don't even remember any of the songs except like the one main one. And it's just really sad because I'm like, that could have worked and that could have been really cool in the context of like Disney's 100th anniversary. But they just really missed the target on that one completely. It's really sad. Okay, Cinderella. Some of these I'm like, what? Like, okay, Cinderella, I guess I'm just going to start putting a lot of the Disney stuff in C tier. Alice in Wonderland I'm going to put in B tier just for the fact that I really like the ride at Disneyland now because like it brings me back memories to the the video or doing the speed run. We'll put Peter Pan there because Peter Pan's probably a little bit better. Lady and the Tramp, this one was childhood. I remember watching this in my childhood. Yeah, that's about right. Sleeping Beauty, I'm going to put it in E tier because I don't even think I remember anything about that movie. 101 Dalmatians. This one's kind of crazy. Like the one with the evil lady who wants to, I don't know. We'll put it there. I only have like 15 minutes left. This I got to speed this up. Sword in the Stone, I remember not liking this movie. We're going to put it in F tier. Okay, Jungle Book. Sure, yeah, that's about right. Aristocats is criminally underrated. I'm gonna put it in S tier. Okay, ignore the one part in Aristocrats in Aristocats where it was like low-key a little racist. Ignore that part because that part, no one likes that part. I'm just talking about the movie overall was like really freaking cool. And maybe I'm very biased because I love cats and because my mom also loves cats, and I think that's the reason why I watched this movie so much is because she played it all the time. But yeah, that one's a childhood classic, and it's sad that not many people talk about it because it's beautiful. Anyways, Robin Hood. This is, I mean, I feel like it was just like Robin Hood the story, but like, I mean, I guess all these movies are like that. None of these movies are really original. They're all just based on some fairy tale. Okay, we'll put it here. It was okay. Winnie the Pooh. I actually don't remember this one specifically because there's so many Winnie the Pooh movies that I'm like, what was this one? I don't even know. Do you guys see the Poohniverse? Sorry, this is a crazy tangent. I saw that, you know, the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey or whatever, that like horror thing that's based on Winnie the Pooh. They're making a whole expanded universe out of that, but it's like gonna have Bambi in it, and it's gonna have like, I don't remember who else. I think other characters from Winnie the Pooh. I think Piglet's gonna have his own movie. I might be wrong on that, but I just remember seeing that trending on Twitter, like the Poohniverse, and I thought it was fake, but it's actually a real thing that's very much happening. And I was like, wow, what does our society come to? That this is what's happening, is the Winnie the Poohniverse. Anyways, The Rescuers. I remember The Rescuers and The Rescuers Down Under. I think The Rescuers was a little bit better. I don't know. A lot of these movies are a blur. Okay, Fox and the Hound. This one was sad. We'll put it like here because it's sad. The Black Cauldron I remember not liking. It was pretty lame. Great Mouse Detective. It's okay. Oliver and Company. This one's okay too. It's got a cat in it, right? Or is that a dog? I don't remember. I'm like, wait, is that a cat or a dog? I think it's a cat and a dog, right? Straight up, do not remember. Okay, this is where things get interesting. We've gotten into the what's it called? The Renaissance era. The Little Mermaid. Okay. The Little Mermaid is pretty good. I will put it. Whoops. What is my mouse doing? I'll put it up here with Pinocchio. Pretty decent movie. Better than the live action remake, obviously. But like, yeah, it's this was Disney coming back. They're like, hey, we're actually coming out of the trenches with this one. The Rescuers Down Under was just like the same thing, but this time it's Australia. And I think, I think the villain in that movie was kind of funny. I'll put it a little bit higher than, where's the Rescuers? Put it a little bit higher than that just for that reason. Beauty and the Beast, this is one that a lot of people say is like the best Disney movie ever, but I feel like sure, it's a great movie, but I feel like of the Renaissance Disney movies, it's like, it's all right. I'll put it in high A tier though, or low A tier though. Okay, Aladdin's pretty fire. I'll put that in S tier. Same with Lion King. It's Lion King. How can you go wrong with that one? Yeah, Pocahontas is a bit of a weird one. We'll put this one in like D tier. We're just gonna put that one there. Hunchback of Notre Dame. This one was kind of silly. Or not, no, definitely, it was definitely not silly. If there's any word to describe Hunchback of Notre Dame, it is not silly. We'll put it right there. Okay. Hercules. Okay, I'm really not that big of a Hercules fan. I'm sorry. I'm going to put this in, like, C tier. It's not a bad movie, but it's just, like, it's all right. Mulan is really good, though. I'll put Mulan in A tier. No, not S tier. A tier. Yeah, okay. Tarzan's another one where I'm like, I like it, but I think it's kind of overhyped a little bit. So I'll put that in, like, right there. Emperor's New Groove. This is going in S tier for sure. Oh, my God. This movie is actually amazing. I think I remember watching this like once and being like, okay, people are overhyping this, but then I watched it again and I just could not stop laughing. It is a beautiful movie. We'll put it there. Okay. Actually, hold on. It is not better than Lion King or Aladdin. I was like, surely that's good. Hold on. We should rearrange how this is because it's more like, yeah, that's a better, okay. Okay. But this is where we get into the, what's it called? What's the word that I'm looking for? Post-Renaissance era, which was like kind of weird for Disney, like Atlantis. Okay. Lilo and Stitch. Okay, this one's good. I named my cat after this movie, Lilo. Treasure Planet. You know what? This one was decent. I'll put it like there. Brother Bear was kind of a weird one too. Home on the Range was just straight up bad. Chicken Little, straight up bad. It's only like a little bit good just for the comedy of it. Because it's just like it's so goofy and silly that it's like maybe a little bit funny. Meet the Robinsons it's childhood. I'll put it there. Bold is pretty cool. I'll put Bold up there too. Okay, Princess and the Frog. All right, this is where we're getting kind of we're leaving the post. We've left the post Renaissance era so quickly. I would say, I don't know. I feel like I need to rewatch this movie because I feel like every time. Like, I see people talking about it, and I'm like, okay, I totally get why this movie's really cool. But I feel like whenever, like, I watched it, I was just like, it's all right, you know? So I'll put it, like, there. Winnie the Pooh. Oh, dude. Oh, my God. You know what? You know what's really funny about this movie is that there's, like, one joke in it that actually had me dying laughing. I'm trying to remember what the joke was. It was something about how they were like trapped in a hole and they like couldn't jump out of the hole. And it was just the way they delivered the line was just so fun. I don't know. It was okay, I remember what it was. It was the fact that like they were so like distraught over the fact that they were like trapped in this hole and they couldn't get out of the hole. And then they like the owl like just jumped out of the hole. Or no, okay, that's what happened. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Sorry, as I'm like retelling it, as I'm retelling the joke, they had like Piglet throw a rope down the hole so that people could climb up it, and and then Owl was so excited that everyone had gotten back up that he like jumped out of the hole and like flew out because he's Owl and he can fly. And then everyone was just staring at him like, bro, what? You could have just flown out this whole time. It was actually so funny. Just for that one joke, it's going to go to A tier. Oh yeah, Tangled is great. This is where we're getting into like, this was like, these movies were coming out when I was a kid and I remember them. Wreck-It Ralph, dude, this movie is pretty cool. Not better than Tangled, but like, I would say Tangled also is like probably, yeah, it's like right there. It's like right there. And then Wreck-It Ralph, yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh boy, Frozen. Frozen, I'm like I remain super mixed on it because it's a movie where it's like the execution, like I totally get why everyone loves it, but it's like I really think it could have been better if the message was executed in a bit of a different way. So I don't know. I'm always hung up on that. So I don't know. We'll put Frozen in B tier though because it is Frozen. Big Hero 6, it's pretty cool. Oh boy, Zootopia. I used to really like Zootopia, but I feel like over the years and like just seeing clips of it is just kind of reminded me of like it's not a bad movie, but it's just like definitely kind of weird where it's like, I don't know, some of the race analogies in it are just a little bit uncomfortable. So I don't know, we'll put it like right there. Moana, okay, yeah, this is getting S tier. I love this movie. And the fact that they're making Moana 2 is kind of wild. Oh boy, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I honestly didn't hate this movie. I know everyone like jumped on the hate train for this movie. I didn't hate it, but it was like, I don't know. It's definitely weird seeing this movie again, or seeing this movie not in 2018 being like, oh yeah, these jokes have already aged so terribly. We'll put it like right there. It's not bad, but it's just like, ugh, I don't know. Frozen 2, I think I made a whole video about this movie. It's like, it's a little bit better than the first Frozen, I think. But it's a missed opportunity. Raya and the Last Dragon is another one where I liked when it came out, but over time it's just kind of, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those things where it's like, they totally missed a good opportunity to like make it better, but they didn't go with it. So we'll do there. And then Encanto, this is probably, yeah, we're gonna put this up here. We're gonna put this like there. Encanto was actually that good. And wow, I guess we're done with that. We have like 5 more minutes left. So I just want to, now that I've made my ranking, this is my official rank. Hold on, why is it not? Okay. Now that I've done my official ranking of the Disney movies. Boom. That's it. I don't know if I really feel like ranking any more Disney movies. I'm kind of burnt out from it. So that's where we're going with this channel. It's going to go more in the direction that you've seen it going in over the past year. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that ranking of it. I know I said at one point like I'm going to totally do a Disney ranked movie video, but I don't know. I could probably still poop something out with it, but it just wouldn't be entertaining for me to make. I want to make stuff that I want to make is basically what I'm saying. But anyways, we have like 5 minutes. I want to see if we can super quickly just do something with this Disneyland GeoGuessr, just for 5 minutes, because why not? I believe, yeah, okay, I have to shave down a good like 13 seconds, 14 seconds if I want to get on the leaderboard for the no move leaderboard. If I want to get on number 1 on the leaderboard. I've already got number 1 on this leaderboard, and this one I'm number 6. I would love to get to the top 5, but it's going to be very difficult to do that. So I want to just top this leaderboard before we move on to trying to do that. Okay. So, no move. We literally just have to do this super quickly. So, I'm just going to lock in and just do this. Where are we? Oh, Esplanade. All right. Where are we? Oh, I know where we are. We're here. Okay. Oh, I messed up. I did it. I made the fatal error of not being close enough. Even though I was still pretty close. Okay, we're like right here. Oh, crap. Oh, that was close to the castle. Whoopsies. Hold on. Sometimes when you don't move, you just like don't get a chance to really look at it. This, by the way, Disneyland GeoGuessr is where you're put somewhere. You have to figure out where you are. We're at Disneyland where we have to get a max score of 5,000 each time. And I'm going way too slow. That was bad. Yeah, that was not good. I'm looking over here at the top right. It's I don't even know if you can see it. My face cam might be covering it. But it shows me how many points I got from each one. 5,000 is the max, and you want to basically be getting 5,000 every single time. Because every score on the leaderboard is maxed out. Oh, man. Are you serious? I got 4,200 on that one. It would be so cool to... Where are we? What the... Wait. Is this... Dude, sometimes I'm placed somewhere and I'm just like, maybe I haven't been to Disneyland enough. Because I don't know where this is. We're right there, aren't we? Yeah, no, I still messed up. 3,000 points. That's so sad. Okay. Hey, Carthay Circle. Okay, easy dub. Okay. We're in Cars Land? No, no. That is Pirates of the Caribbean. I saw the orange and I thought, oh, we're in the... Yeah, I know. I figured that one would be a little weird because we're inside. But no, I saw the orange and I thought we were at the Cozy Cone motels. Okay, this is right here. Nice. Okay. Another easy dub. Just right there. Oh, crap. Nope, not an easy dub, I guess. I was not I was not close enough. Wait. Yeah, okay, this is where I think it is. Wow. Okay, that's fancy. What the heck? We must be at the Carthay Circle. Oh, no, we are not. Wait, what? That's crazy. We were completely not at the Carthay Circle. Never mind. That was my bad. Usually when you see like that super yellowish color, you can just assume you're at Carthay Circle. Is this? Which side of the castle is this? I don't remember. I think we're here. Crap. Nope. We are not there, and I also spent way too much time on that anyway, so we just need to... It's 8 o'clock now. We're just going to do this one more time. Okay, Disneyland Hotel. We're on the bridge, I think, right? We're on the bridge over... Oh, God. Wait, what? This is not the Disneyland Hotel. That tripped me out. I thought that was the Disneyland Hotel. That was not the Disneyland Hotel. Hey, monorail. I guess we're here? Probably? Oh. Yeah, no, we messed up. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Oh, this is a pretty easy area. We're just right over this thing. Right there. Boom. Oh, one more. Hey, look, this is the San Francisco Bridge. Before it was San Francisco. Can I drag the thing? There we go. Oh, that was bad. You know what? We'll do it. Here, hold on. We'll do it one more time. We'll go one more time. Never mind. Hold on. We will go one more time after we get to a place that I instantly know where we are when we spawn. Okay. I know where this is. I know where this is. Come on. Just put me... Oh, I went too fast. And I didn't realize that we were not there. How tragic. Let's see if we can get everything else right. What? Wait, where is it? Oh, I know where this is. We're here. We're like right here. Oh, the stage is over there. Okay, hold on. Dang. Well, I wanted to look at this because this very much looked like the pathway between Frontierland and... Oh, yeah, no. I was just wrong. Dang it. If it had been facing this way, I would have known. Dude, okay. I'm going to Disneyland next week. I'm actually really excited to see the Adventureland treehouse. It's not this anymore. It's not Tarzan. It's the freaking Adventureland treehouse. I'm so excited for that. That's like one of the things that I'm just like super excited about. That, and honestly, the main reason that I wanted to go to Disneyland in April is because they're doing Soarin' over California, not over the world, over California, which makes me so happy. And yeah, that's gonna be, yeah. That's like, because I'm gonna go in May, I think, just to film something. So I'm like, all right, let me go in April and just have fun and not have to think about not have to think about content. I'm really trying to use up that what you call it? That, I'm blanking on the word, that magic key. I'm really trying to use it up. I'm gonna be going probably again in August, and then probably again later in the year when Tiana's My Adventure opens. So fun times. Whoops, that is the wrong one. Hold on. I just wanted to show you guys just one more time. I know that like I should have ended stream like 3 minutes ago. Just one more time. This video is coming out on April 5th. Hold on. I'll show you the thumbnail. Screw it. I don't care. I'll show you one of the thumbnails at least that I have ready for this video. This video is like literally, it's, oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for people to see this. It's so much better than the first one, and it's just, it's one that I really hope gets me out there, gets me places, gets me going, because I think it's so good, and I think it's just genuinely good entertainment. Where's the right button that I'm looking for? Okay, this right here. Whoops, hold on. Sorry. This right here is it. This is the this is the thumbnail of the video, because the video is going to be called I Rode Every Ride at Disney California Adventure in less than 5 hours, or in 5 hours, something like that. So it's going to be like 20 rides, 5 hours, and then there's me. This is just one of, I probably will change the thumbnail over and over again, because that's just what you do during YouTube. During being a YouTuber, that's what you have to do. But anyways, okay, I've overstayed my visit. It's like 8:04 p.m. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and I will see you guys next week on Monday, not on Tuesday, but on Monday. And also, April 5th, this freaking Friday, the video's coming out, so just